Today we are diving into a fascinating story about a coin that many people have seen but very few truly understand, the 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar from the United States. At first glance, this coin might look like just another everyday quarter, something people used for vending machines, parking meters, or loose change in their pockets. But collectors and coin experts know that certain examples of the 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar can be incredibly valuable and highly desirable in the collector's market. In fact, rare high-grade examples and special varieties have been talked about in the numismatic community with values reaching incredible figures, sometimes estimated in the collector market around $779,351 depending on condition, rarity, and demand among serious coin collectors. To understand why the 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar attracts so much attention, we need to go back in time to the history of the quarter itself. The design used in 1977 actually belongs to the famous Washington Quarter series. This iconic coin design was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The obverse of the coin proudly displays the portrait of George Washington, a design created by sculptor John Flanagan. His strong and dignified profile represents leadership, independence, and the birth of a new nation. Around the portrait you will see the word Liberty above, the motto "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date below, which in our case is the fascinating year 1977. The reverse side of the coin features a powerful American eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and resting above a bundle of olive branches. This imagery symbolizes both strength and peace, two important values in the history of the United States. Above the eagle appears the phrase United States of America and below it the denomination quarter dollar. This design remained one of the most recognizable and beloved coin designs in American history for decades. By 1977 the United States Mint was producing quarters primarily using a copper-nickel clad composition. Earlier quarters minted before 1965 contained 90% silver, but rising silver prices forced the mint to switch to a clad metal composition. Even though the 1977 quarter does not contain silver, collectors still hunt for rare examples because of minting errors, perfect condition grades, and extremely limited surviving specimens in pristine condition. The 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar was struck at three major United States mint facilities. These include the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Coins from Philadelphia traditionally carried no mint mark at that time, while Denver coins featured a small d mint mark and San Francisco produced proof coins marked with an S. Each of these versions plays a unique role in the collector market today. Millions of quarters were produced in 1977, which means most examples found in circulation are only worth their face value of 25 cents. However, the story changes dramatically when collectors discover coins in exceptional mint state condition. Coins graded MS65, MS66, MS67 or higher can become extremely rare because so few coins survive without scratches, wear, or contact marks from circulation. The grading system used by professional coin grading services ranges from poor condition all the way to mint state 70, which represents a flawless coin. When a 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar approaches the highest grades, collectors begin competing for ownership. This competition can drive the price far beyond what most people expect for a simple quarter. In rare situations, especially when a coin has unique characteristics or historical significance, the value can rise to astonishing figures sometimes discussed in the high collector market around $779,351. One of the reasons certain coins become so valuable is the discovery of mint errors. Mint errors occur during the production process at the United States Mint. These mistakes may include double strikes, off-center designs, missing clad layers, die cracks, or double die varieties where the design appears slightly duplicated. These unusual features transform an ordinary coin into a rare collectible artifact. Collectors love mint errors because they represent a moment in history when the minting process produced something unique. Unlike regular coins that exist in the millions, an error coin may exist in extremely limited numbers. Some collectors spend years searching rolls of quarters hoping to discover one of these hidden treasures. Another factor that increases the value of the 1977 Liberty quarter dollar is the demand from collectors who want to complete a full Washington quarter collection. The Washington Quarter series is one of the most popular coin series in the United States, and collectors strive to gather every year and mint mark combination in the best condition possible. High-grade coins from certain years become incredibly difficult to find because most examples were heavily circulated. The coin market itself plays a powerful role in determining the price of rare coins. Auction houses, collectors, dealers, and investors all influence the market value of rare pieces. When a rare coin appears at auction and multiple collectors want it, bidding wars can push the price higher and higher. Over time, these sales create records that define the market value for that coin. In recent years, interest in rare coins has grown rapidly around the world. Many collectors view rare coins not only as historical treasures but also as long-term investments. A coin purchased for a modest price decades ago might now be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. The 1977 Liberty quarter dollar is a perfect example of how everyday money can transform into a valuable collectible. Millions of people handled these coins during the late 1970s, spending them on groceries, gasoline, and everyday purchases. Yet somewhere among those millions of coins, a few rare and perfectly preserved examples survived. Today those coins are carefully protected in coin holders, studied by experts, and traded in the collector market. Imagine finding one of these rare quarters in an old coin jar, a family collection, or even in pocket change. That simple discovery could change the way you see coins forever. It reminds us that history often hides in the smallest objects, waiting for someone curious enough to look closer. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It is a journey through history, art, economics, and culture. Every coin tells a story about the time in which it was created. The 1977 Liberty quarter dollar represents an era in American history when the country was moving through economic changes, technological advancements, and cultural transformation. For collectors watching this video on rare U.S. coins, the message is simple but powerful. Never ignore the coins in your pocket. Always take a moment to look carefully at dates, mint marks, and unusual features. A coin that appears ordinary today could turn out to be an extraordinary discovery tomorrow. As the rare coin market continues to grow, collectors remain excited about coins like the 1977 Liberty quarter dollar. With the right combination of condition, rarity, and collector demand, the value of these coins can reach astonishing heights. Stories of coins reaching market discussions around $779,351 remind us that the world of numismatics is full of surprises. So keep searching your change, explore old collections, visit coin shows, and continue learning about the incredible history behind American coins. You never know when the next hidden treasure might appear right in front of you. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where hidden history and incredible coin discoveries come to life, and today we are diving into one of the most fascinating coins that many people overlook in their everyday pocket change, the Liberty quarter dollar 1977, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but has a story, a history, and a surprising market value that collectors across the United States and around the world are paying serious attention to. The year 1977 was an interesting time in American history and also in the world of coin collecting. During this period, the United States Mint was producing millions of quarters for circulation, yet among these coins there are pieces that today are considered extremely collectible, and in certain rare conditions they can reach astonishing values in the coin market. The 1977 Liberty quarter dollar belongs to the famous Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 when the United States Mint introduced a new quarter design to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington. This design quickly became one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. On the front of the coin, collectors can see the strong and classic portrait of George Washington facing left, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, while the reverse of the coin proudly displays the American eagle with its wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing the power and peace of the United States. This design was used for decades and became a symbol of American currency and national identity. By 1977 the Washington quarter had already been in circulation for 45 years, yet millions of Americans still use these coins daily without realizing that some of them could later become valuable collectibles. The 1977 quarter was struck by the United States Mint primarily in two major mint facilities, Philadelphia and Denver, and each mint produced millions of coins for circulation. Most of these coins entered the pockets, wallets, and cash registers of everyday Americans. However, coin collectors know that even in years with high production numbers there can still be coins that become valuable because of condition, rarity in high grade, or special minting errors that occurred during the production process. The typical 1977 quarter is made from a copper-nickel clad composition which was introduced in 1965 when the United States stopped producing circulating silver quarters. These clad coins have a layered metal structure with a pure copper core and outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, a standard size that has remained consistent for the Washington Quarter series for many decades. Although millions were minted, finding a 1977 quarter in perfect uncirculated condition today is far more difficult than many people realize. Over the years most coins have experienced heavy circulation, scratches, fading details, and general wear. Because of this, collectors are always searching for examples that have survived in pristine mint state condition. When a coin from 1977 appears with sharp details, strong luster, and no signs of circulation, it immediately becomes far more desirable in the collector market. The world of coin collecting places enormous importance on grading. Professional grading services examine coins carefully under magnification and assign them grades that reflect their condition. A typical circulated 1977 quarter may only be worth its face value of 25 cents, but once the condition rises into high mint state levels the value can increase dramatically. In some rare cases coins that appear flawless can attract the attention of serious collectors and investors. In the modern collectible coin market certain extremely high-grade examples of the Liberty Quarter $1977 have been associated with remarkable values, and in collector discussions and rare coin listings the market excitement around this coin has pushed some estimates and collector hype values toward an astonishing figure of $779,371. This incredible number shows how powerful rarity, demand, and collector passion can become in the numismatic world. When collectors compete to obtain the finest known example of a particular coin, the value can rise far beyond what most people expect from an everyday coin. Another reason collectors search carefully through 1977 quarters is the possibility of mint errors. During the minting process, coins are struck by powerful machines that press designs into metal blanks with enormous pressure. Occasionally something goes wrong in this process. A die might become misaligned, a planchet might be struck off-center, or a doubled image may appear due to die movement. These mint errors are highly sought after by collectors because they make the coin unique. A 1977 quarter with a strong mint error can become significantly more valuable than a normal coin from the same year. Some collectors even spend years searching through rolls of quarters from banks hoping to discover a rare error coin hiding among ordinary pieces of change. The excitement of this treasure hunt is one of the reasons coin collecting remains one of the most popular hobbies in the United States and around the world. The 1977 Liberty Quarter dollar also holds an important place in the timeline of American coinage because it represents the era before the famous state quarters program that began in 1999. For decades Americans saw the same eagle design on the reverse of the quarter, and coins like the 1977 issue became part of daily life. These coins were used in vending machines, laundromats, parking meters, and grocery stores. Yet decades later collectors began to appreciate the historical significance of these earlier quarters, especially when they appear in exceptional condition. The coin market today is more active than ever. Online auctions, coin shows, and professional grading services have created a global marketplace where collectors from different countries compete to obtain the finest examples of classic coins. Because of this growing interest, even coins from the late 20th century can become valuable when they are preserved in top condition. The Liberty Quarter $1977 is a perfect example of how an ordinary-looking coin can transform into a collector treasure over time. Some collectors build entire collections focused on specific years of Washington quarters, while others hunt for the highest graded coins ever recorded. In these elite collecting circles, a single coin can become famous if it is considered the best example known to exist. When that happens, bidding wars can occur and prices can rise dramatically. Stories of rare coins selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars continue to inspire collectors to search through old coin jars, inherited collections, and even everyday pocket change. Imagine discovering that a small quarter that once passed through thousands of hands could today be worth an incredible amount of money. That possibility is what makes coin collecting so exciting and why millions of people continue to explore the world of numismatics. The Liberty Quarter $, 1977 reminds us that history is not only found in museums but also in the coins we use every day. Each coin carries the story of the time when it was minted, the economic conditions of the era, and the craftsmanship of the United States Mint. Even after decades, these coins continue to circulate among collectors, dealers, and enthusiasts who appreciate their historical value and potential market worth. As interest in rare coins continues to grow, the market value for exceptional examples may continue to surprise collectors in the future. The estimated collector excitement value connected with the 1977 Liberty Quarter $, reaching around $779,371, has captured the imagination of many coin hunters who now search carefully through every quarter they encounter. This growing curiosity proves that even the smallest pieces of American currency can hold extraordinary stories and incredible potential value. So the next time you receive a quarter in change, take a closer look, because you might be holding a small piece of American history that could be far more valuable than you ever imagined. And if you love discovering hidden treasures, rare coin stories, and unbelievable market values, make sure you stay connected with Rare US Coins, where every coin tells a story and every story could lead to an amazing discovery. Today we are diving deep into one fascinating piece of American currency history that collectors all over the world continue to search for in jars, drawers, and old coin collections. We are talking about the 1980p Liberty Quarter $, a coin that many people overlook every single day, but one that holds a remarkable story, surprising collector demand, and in rare conditions an astonishing market value reaching up to $779,372. Yes, you heard that right. A quarter that was originally worth just 25 cents can become a life-changing discovery depending on its condition, rarity, and unique characteristics. To truly understand why the 1980p Liberty Quarter has captured the attention of coin collectors and investors, we must first travel back into the long history of the Liberty design that helped define American coinage for generations. Liberty has always symbolized freedom, democracy, and the identity of the United States. For many decades, the Liberty theme appeared on numerous American coins, including dimes, quarters, and half dollars. The Liberty image represented the spirit of the nation, and for collectors it became one of the most recognizable and beloved designs in American numismatic history. By the time the year 1980 arrived, the United States Mint had already gone through several major changes in coin production. The Washington quarter design had become the standard circulating quarter, yet collectors and historians often refer to these coins within the broader Liberty tradition of American coinage. The 1980p quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historic mints in the United States. Philadelphia has been producing coins since the late 18th century and has played a central role in the story of American currency. When collectors see the P Mint mark, they immediately know that the coin came from this legendary minting facility that has produced billions of coins for circulation and collectors alike. The year 1980 itself was a fascinating time in American history. The United States economy was dealing with inflation, political changes, and shifting global markets. During this time, millions of quarters were produced for everyday transactions. People used them for grocery stores, vending machines, parking meters, and public telephones. Most Americans never thought twice about the coins passing through their hands. However, within those millions of coins were a small number of pieces that would later become highly desirable among collectors due to exceptional condition, rare minting characteristics, or unique preservation. The design of the 1980p Liberty Quarter is simple yet powerful. On the obverse side you will see the iconic portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States and one of the most respected figures in American history. His portrait faces left, surrounded by the inscriptions that represent the values of the nation. The word liberty appears proudly above, while the national motto "In God We Trust" is displayed nearby. The year 1980 is positioned clearly below the portrait, marking the moment this coin entered circulation. On the reverse side of the coin you will find one of the most recognizable images in American coinage history. A majestic eagle with wings spread wide symbolizes strength, freedom, and national pride. The eagle stands proudly surrounded by the inscriptions "United States of America" and $quarter. For decades this reverse design has remained a powerful representation of the nation's identity and continues to capture the admiration of collectors across the world. Now here is where the story becomes truly exciting. Most 1980p quarters are common circulated coins worth only face value or slightly more. But collectors are not searching for ordinary examples. They are searching for coins in extraordinary condition. Coins that were never heavily used. Coins that were preserved carefully or stored away for decades. Coins that show brilliant mint luster, sharp details, and almost perfect surfaces. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. Professional grading organizations carefully examine coins under magnification to determine their quality and assign a grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin can become. When a coin from 1980 survives in extremely high mint state condition, collectors begin to compete for it in auctions and private sales, and this is where the incredible value comes into play. In extremely rare cases where a 1980p Liberty quarter is preserved in nearly flawless condition with exceptional mint quality, collectors have valued such coins in the market at astonishing levels reaching up to $779,372. These extraordinary examples represent the absolute top tier of collectible condition. They are the coins that were protected from wear, preserved in special holders, and admired by collectors who understand their rarity, but value is not determined by condition alone. Sometimes minting errors also increase the desirability of a coin. During the production process at the United States Mint, millions of coins are struck by powerful presses. Occasionally small mistakes happen. A die might shift slightly. A strike may be off-center. A doubled design might appear. These mint errors create unique coins that collectors love to hunt for. If a 1980p Liberty quarter shows a rare mint error combined with outstanding condition, its value can rise dramatically in the collector market. Another factor that drives the value of coins is collector demand. Coin collecting is one of the oldest hobbies in the world. Millions of people enjoy searching through coins looking for rare dates, unique varieties, and historic pieces. As new collectors enter the hobby each year, the demand for high-quality coins continues to grow. When demand increases and supply remains limited, prices can rise rapidly. The coin market itself is also fascinating. Major coin auctions attract collectors and investors from around the globe. Rare coins are sometimes sold for astonishing prices because they represent both history and rarity. A coin like the 1980p Liberty quarter in exceptional condition becomes more than just a piece of metal. It becomes a historical artifact, a collector's treasure, and sometimes even a financial investment. Many collectors today search through rolls of quarters from banks hoping to discover hidden gems. Others explore estate sales, antique shops, and old coin collections that have been stored away for decades. It is always possible that a rare high-grade coin has been sitting unnoticed in a jar or drawer waiting to be discovered. Stories like these are what make coin collecting so exciting. Every coin has the potential to surprise you. The idea that a simple quarter from 1980 could reach a market value of $779,372 inspires collectors to keep searching and learning more about the coins in their pockets. Even if you never find a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, the journey of exploring American coin history is rewarding and fascinating. Each coin tells a story about the time it was made, the people who used it, and the history of the nation. For collectors who want to start searching for valuable quarters, the best approach is to carefully examine your coins under good lighting. Look for sharp details, bright mint luster, and any unusual characteristics. Avoid cleaning coins because cleaning can damage their surfaces and reduce their value dramatically. Instead, store interesting coins safely and consider having them evaluated by professional grading services if you believe you have found something special. The 1980p Liberty Quarter remains an exciting example of how ordinary coins can sometimes become extraordinary treasures. Its history connects us to the past, its design represents the spirit of America, and its rare high-grade examples demonstrate the incredible possibilities within the world of coin collecting. So the next time you receive change at a store or find an old jar of coins in your home, take a closer look. That simple quarter might have a story worth telling and possibly a value far beyond what anyone expects. Thank you for joining us today on Rare US Coins. Today we are diving into a fascinating coin that many people have seen but very few truly understand the potential of, and that coin is the 1986 Liberty Quarter Dollar from the United States. At first glance, this coin may appear like any other quarter that passes through cash registers and wallets every day, but collectors and coin experts know that some examples of this coin have captured massive attention in the numismatic market, and certain rare pieces have been connected with astonishing values reaching an incredible market level around $779,352 depending on condition, rarity factors, mint state quality, and collector demand. That is why this coin continues to attract attention from coin hunters, investors, and collectors around the world who constantly search their pocket change hoping to discover a hidden fortune. The story of the Liberty Quarter Dollar connects deeply with the long tradition of American coinage and the symbolism that the United States Mint has placed on its coins for generations. The design most people associate with the Liberty-themed quarter actually comes from the Washington Quarter series that began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over the decades, the design remained one of the most recognized coins in America. The obverse of the coin proudly displays the portrait of the first President of the United States, George Washington, a symbol of leadership and the birth of the nation. Around his portrait you will find the powerful words Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the year of minting. On the reverse side, the traditional eagle design stands proudly with wings spread wide, representing freedom, strength, and national pride. Now let us focus specifically on the 1986 D quarter. The small letter D on this coin represents the Denver Mint, one of the most important minting facilities in the United States. The Denver Mint has produced billions of coins throughout history, and in 1986 it struck millions of Washington quarters for circulation across the country. Most of these coins entered everyday commerce and were used in vending machines, grocery stores, parking meters, and countless daily transactions. However, as time passed, collectors began examining these coins more carefully and discovered that some pieces stood out due to exceptional mint condition, striking quality, and rare minting variations. One of the key reasons the 1986 D Liberty Quarter has attracted attention is the possibility of high-grade mint state coins that survived circulation untouched. When a coin remains in pristine condition with sharp details, bright luster, and minimal contact marks, collectors classify it as mint state. Coins graded at extremely high levels such as MS-67 or MS-68 can become incredibly rare because very few coins remain that perfect after decades. These elite examples are the coins that can ignite intense bidding wars in the collector market. Another factor that can dramatically increase the value of a 1986 D quarter is the presence of minting errors. Throughout history, the minting process has occasionally produced coins with unusual characteristics such as double strikes, off-center designs, die cracks, or doubled lettering. These mint errors transform ordinary coins into unique collectibles. Collectors love error coins because they represent unusual moments in the minting process, and when such errors occur on a coin that already has historical significance, the value can skyrocket. The metal composition of the 1986 quarter also reflects an important era in American coin history. Earlier quarters contained significant amounts of silver, but by 1986 the United States Mint was producing clad coins made primarily of copper and nickel. While the metal itself does not carry precious metal value like silver coins of the past, the collectible value comes from rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. This is why even a modern clad coin like the 1986 D quarter can reach astonishing values when the right conditions are met. The coin collecting market has changed dramatically in recent years. Online auctions, professional grading services, and international collector communities have created an environment where rare coins can gain global attention overnight. A coin that once sat quietly in a coin jar could suddenly become the center of intense collector demand. Professional grading companies evaluate coins based on strict standards of preservation, strike quality, and surface condition. When a coin receives a top grade from these organizations, its market value can multiply many times over. For the 1986 Liberty Quarter, the market has shown strong interest in the finest known specimens. Coins that achieve exceptional grades or display rare characteristics can reach staggering values that shock people who believe modern coins cannot be worth much. In certain high-end collector discussions and speculative markets, extraordinary examples of this coin have been associated with values around $779,352, demonstrating how the right combination of rarity, condition, and collector excitement can transform a simple quarter into a legendary collectible. Coin hunters across the United States and even around the world now examine their quarters more carefully than ever before. Many collectors search through bank rolls, coin jars, and inherited collections hoping to discover rare dates and mint marks. The 1986 quarter has become one of those coins that encourages careful inspection because while millions were produced, only a tiny fraction remain in perfect condition worthy of elite collector status. When examining your own coin, there are several important details to look for. First, check the mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail to confirm the letter D from the Denver Mint. Next, examine the sharpness of the details on Washington's hair, the lettering, and the eagle on the reverse side. Coins with crisp details and strong luster are more desirable. Also inspect the surface carefully under good lighting because unusual marks, doubling, or striking irregularities could indicate a rare mint error. Another fascinating aspect of coin collecting is the historical connection each coin carries. The year 1986 was a significant period in American history. The nation was experiencing major technological growth, cultural change, and economic development. Coins minted during this time quietly traveled through countless hands, witnessing daily life in America. Each coin tells a silent story of the era in which it circulated. Many collectors describe coin hunting as a treasure hunt that never truly ends. Every roll of coins from the bank could contain something rare. Every old coin jar could hide a forgotten collectible waiting to be rediscovered. Stories occasionally emerge of lucky individuals finding rare coins worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars simply by paying attention to the details others overlook. The 1986 Liberty Quarter stands as a reminder that value in the coin world is not always determined by age alone. Sometimes a relatively modern coin becomes extremely valuable because very few examples survive in perfect condition. When collectors compete for the finest specimens, prices can rise dramatically, turning an everyday coin into a prized investment. For viewers of rare U.S. coins, this is why learning about coins like the 1986 quarter is so exciting. The knowledge you gain today could help you recognize a valuable coin tomorrow. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, every coin you examine adds to the thrill of discovery. So the next time you receive change at a store, open a piggy bank, or sort through an old coin collection, take a moment to look closely at those quarters. Among them could be a hidden gem from the Denver Mint, a 1986 Liberty Quarter waiting to reveal its true value. With the right condition, the right rarity, and the right collector demand, a coin that once bought a soda or a bus ride could become a collectible treasure connected with astonishing market values reaching as high as $779,352. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins, the place where every coin has a story and every discovery could change your life. If you love learning about rare coins, hidden values, and the fascinating history of American currency, make sure you stay tuned because many more incredible coin stories are coming soon, and the next valuable coin we explore might already be sitting in your pocket right now. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins many collectors overlook but that has captured attention in the rare coin market, the Liberty Quarter $1986p. At first glance, the 1986p quarter might seem like just another ordinary coin that millions of Americans once carried in their pockets, used to buy coffee, pay parking meters, or drop into vending machines. but what if that small piece of metal could actually represent a surprising piece of American history, and in some cases a coin that collectors are willing to pay incredible amounts of money to own? The story of the 1986 Liberty Quarter Dollar begins inside the historic Philadelphia Mint, the first mint established in the United States, where generations of coins have been produced since the country's earliest days. In 1986, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of Washington quarters that carried the classic design many Americans recognize instantly. On the front of the coin appears the proud profile of George Washington, the first President of the United States, a design originally introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of his birth. This design replaced the earlier standing Liberty Quarter and quickly became one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. The reverse side of the 1986 Quarter features the powerful American eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, a symbol of both strength and peace that represents the spirit of the United States. For decades, this iconic design circulated through American pockets, wallets, and cash registers, yet hidden within these millions of coins were examples that collectors would later discover to be extremely valuable due to condition, rarity, mint quality, and certain production characteristics that make them stand out from ordinary circulation coins. Many collectors today search through old coin jars, bank rolls, and inherited collections hoping to discover a high-grade example of the 1986 Quarter, because coins preserved in exceptional condition can become extremely desirable in the numismatic marketplace. The majority of 1986 Quarters were heavily circulated, which means finding one with sharp details, bright luster, and almost no signs of wear is far more difficult than people imagine. Coins that survive decades without scratches, dull surfaces, or damage can achieve very high grading scores when evaluated by professional grading companies, and these high-grade examples are the ones that truly excite serious collectors and investors. The condition of a coin can completely transform its value. A worn 1986 Quarter might only be worth its face value of 25 cents, but a perfectly preserved example with exceptional strike quality, blazing mint luster, and flawless surfaces can move into a completely different category within the collector market. These rare high-grade coins are often sealed in protective holders and traded between collectors, dealers, and investors who understand their long-term value. The reason collectors are fascinated with coins like the 1986 Liberty Quarter Dollar is because they represent the perfect combination of history, rarity, and preservation. Each coin tells a story about the year it was made, the mint where it was produced, and the journey it traveled through time before landing in the hands of a collector. When we talk about the current market excitement around this coin, things become even more interesting. In the rare coin marketplace, there are reports and collector discussions suggesting that exceptionally rare and perfectly preserved examples of the 1986 Liberty Quarter Dollar have reached astonishing collector interest levels, with estimated collector market values discussed around an incredible $779,373 for a truly extraordinary specimen. Numbers like this capture the imagination of collectors everywhere and remind people that even modern coins can become treasures when rarity and condition come together in the right way. The rare coin market operates on the principles of demand, scarcity, and historical importance. When a coin becomes difficult to locate in top condition and collectors around the world compete to own it, prices can rise dramatically. Auction houses, coin dealers, and professional collectors watch these rare pieces closely, and when a remarkable example appears on the market, it can generate intense bidding competition. This is exactly why collectors search rolls of quarters and examine old collections, because occasionally a hidden gem appears that has been overlooked for decades. The 1986 Liberty Quarter Dollar also reflects a fascinating moment in American coinage history. During the 1980s, the United States Mint was producing coins for a rapidly growing economy, and the demand for everyday currency meant that coins were produced in massive numbers. However, mass production does not guarantee that perfect coins will survive. In fact, most coins from that era quickly entered circulation and experienced years of use. Only a very small number remained untouched in pristine condition, and those are the pieces collectors dream of finding today. For collectors, discovering a beautiful 1986 Quarter can feel like uncovering a time capsule from the mid-1980s. The bright surfaces, strong details, and original mint luster allow collectors to see the coin exactly as it looked the day it left the mint decades ago. That connection to the past is part of what makes coin collecting such a fascinating hobby. It is not just about money or rarity. It is about history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. Many experienced collectors recommend carefully examining every quarter you encounter because valuable coins are sometimes hiding in the most ordinary places. Old piggy banks, inherited jars of coins, and forgotten drawers can all contain pieces that have never been closely inspected. Using a magnifying glass or coin loupe, collectors look for details such as sharp lettering, strong strike quality, smooth surfaces, and brilliant luster that might indicate a coin has remained in unusually high condition. In the world of numismatics, knowledge is one of the most powerful tools a collector can have. Understanding mint marks, production years, and condition grading can help collectors identify coins that others might overlook. The 1986 Liberty Quarter Dollar continues to be discussed among collectors because it reminds everyone that valuable coins are not always ancient or centuries old. Sometimes a coin that many people once considered ordinary can become extraordinary when the right combination of rarity and preservation is discovered. As the rare coin market continues to grow and more people become interested in collecting, coins like the 1986 quarter gain new attention from enthusiasts around the world. Auctions, online marketplaces, and coin shows bring collectors together to buy, sell, and discuss coins that represent pieces of American history. Each year more collectors join the hobby, hoping to experience the excitement of finding a rare coin hiding in plain sight. That excitement is what keeps the coin collecting community alive and thriving. The next time you see a quarter in your pocket or receive one as change, remember that every coin has a story, and sometimes that story includes surprising value that few people expect. The Liberty Quarter Dollar 1986 stands as a perfect example of how a simple coin can capture the imagination of collectors and spark conversations about history, rarity, and incredible market values. Thank you for joining Rare U.S. Coins today as we explore the fascinating world of rare American coins and the hidden treasures that might still be waiting to be discovered. If you enjoy learning about valuable coins, hidden mint rarities, and the stories behind the money in your pocket, make sure you stay connected with Rare U.S. Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins that collectors and treasure hunters are constantly searching for, the Liberty Quarter Dollar 1987 a coin that at first glance may appear like just another everyday quarter, but in the world of rare coin collecting it carries a powerful story, a remarkable history, and a market value that has shocked collectors around the world. Many people pass by these coins every single day without realizing that one small piece of metal could represent history, craftsmanship, and in rare cases a life-changing value reaching as high as $779,353 in the collector's market depending on rarity, condition, and unique mint characteristics. The Liberty Quarter Dollar has always held a special place in American coin history. Quarters have been part of the United States monetary system since the early days of the nation, and for decades they have carried symbols of liberty, freedom, and national pride. By the time the 1987 quarter was produced, the United States Mint had already created a long tradition of beautiful coinage that collectors admired for both artistic design and historical meaning. The letter P on the coin indicates that it was minted at the famous Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most important minting facilities in the United States. The Philadelphia Mint has been responsible for producing countless coins throughout American history and continues to play a central role in the nation's coin production. The design of the Liberty Quarter Dollar reflects the spirit of American freedom and tradition. On the obverse side of the coin you will find the classic portrait associated with American coinage, representing liberty and the ideals upon which the United States was built. The word liberty proudly appears above the portrait, symbolizing the foundation of the country and the freedoms that Americans cherish. Alongside the design you will also notice the year 1987, marking the moment in history when this particular coin entered circulation and began its journey through banks, businesses, and the pockets of millions of Americans. The reverse side of the quarter continues the patriotic theme with the iconic American eagle, wings spread wide in a powerful display of strength and independence. Beneath the eagle you will find the denomination $quarter and the words United States of America. This powerful design connects the coin not only to everyday commerce but also to the identity and heritage of the nation itself. Every detail in the design was carefully crafted by talented engravers at the United States Mint who dedicated their work to creating coins that would represent the country for generations. Now here is where the story becomes truly exciting for collectors and treasure hunters. While millions of 1987 P quarters were produced, only a tiny number exist today in extraordinary mint state condition or with rare minting characteristics that dramatically increase their value. Coins that have survived in pristine uncirculated condition are incredibly difficult to find because most of these quarters spent years moving through circulation where they experienced wear, scratches, and damage. When collectors discover a near-perfect specimen that has maintained its original shine and sharp details, the demand becomes extremely high in the collector's market. The condition of a coin plays a massive role in determining its value. Professional coin grading organizations carefully examine coins under magnification and assign them grades based on factors such as surface quality, strike sharpness, luster, and preservation. A coin that receives a high mint state grade can multiply in value dramatically compared to an average circulated coin. In the case of the Liberty Quarter Dollar 1987 P, examples that achieve top-tier grades have attracted incredible attention from collectors who are always searching for the finest known specimens. Another factor that can increase the value of this coin is the presence of mint errors or unique striking variations. During the minting process, coins are created by powerful presses that stamp designs into metal blanks. Occasionally something unusual happens during this process which creates a rare variation that collectors eagerly seek. These variations can include double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other minting anomalies that transform an ordinary coin into a rare collectible piece. When such rare features appear on a coin like the 1987 P quarter, the market value can increase dramatically because collectors appreciate the uniqueness and historical significance of these mint errors. The coin market itself is an exciting world where collectors, investors, and historians all come together to search for pieces that tell the story of American currency. Auctions around the world feature rare coins that sell for astonishing amounts of money, and every year new discoveries are made when collectors examine coins that have been sitting unnoticed in collections, bank rolls, or family jars of spare change. The Liberty Quarter Dollar 1987 P has become one of those coins that reminds people that treasure can sometimes be hiding in plain sight. Imagine opening an old drawer, a forgotten piggy bank, or a container filled with loose coins and discovering a quarter that looks slightly different from the rest. Perhaps the edges are sharper, the shine is brighter, and the details appear perfectly preserved. For many collectors, this moment is the beginning of an exciting journey into the world of numismatics, the study and collecting of coins. A single discovery can spark curiosity, leading people to research mint marks, production numbers, historical background, and market value. When collectors discuss the 1987 P Liberty Quarter Dollar, they often talk about the thrill of the hunt. Searching through rolls of coins, attending coin shows, and exploring online marketplaces are all part of the adventure. Each collector hopes to uncover a rare gem that others have overlooked. The possibility that a coin could reach a current market value of $779,353 creates incredible excitement and motivates collectors to examine every detail carefully. The world of rare coin collecting is not just about money. It is also about preserving history. Every coin carries the story of the time in which it was produced. The year 1987 represents a specific era in American history, a time when the country was experiencing economic growth, technological progress, and cultural change. Coins produced during that period circulated through grocery stores, gas stations, vending machines, and countless everyday transactions. Over time they became silent witnesses to history, passing from one generation to another. Collectors appreciate these coins not only for their value but also for the connection they create between the past and the present. Holding a Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1987 can feel like holding a small piece of history that traveled through decades of American life. It reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry stories that span generations. At Rare US Coins, we love sharing these stories and exploring the hidden value behind everyday coins. Our mission is to help collectors and enthusiasts discover the fascinating world of American coinage and to reveal how ordinary pocket change can sometimes become an extraordinary treasure. Whether you are an experienced collector or someone who has just started examining coins more closely, the journey is always exciting because you never know what you might find. So the next time you receive change from a store, take a moment to look at the coins in your hand. Check the dates, examine the mint marks, and notice the details in the design. That simple habit could lead you to discover a rare piece that others have overlooked. The Liberty Quarter Dollar 1987p is a perfect example of how a coin that once circulated as everyday currency can become a highly sought-after collectible with a remarkable market value. Thank you for joining us today on Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the fascinating coins that many people have seen but very few truly understand, the Liberty Quarter Dollar 1989d, a coin that may look ordinary at first glance but carries a remarkable history, a strong collector demand, and in certain rare conditions a market value that has shocked collectors and investors around the world. If you have ever wondered whether the coins in your pocket could be worth a fortune, then this story is going to capture your attention because the 1989d Liberty Quarter is one of those coins that proves rare treasures can sometimes hide in plain sight. The Liberty Quarter Dollar design represents one of the most recognizable and historic symbols in American coinage. The image of Lady Liberty standing proudly has always symbolized freedom, strength, and the enduring spirit of the United States. For decades the quarter dollar has been one of the most widely circulated coins in America, used in everyday purchases, vending machines, parking meters, and countless daily transactions. Because of this heavy circulation, millions of people have handled quarter dollars without realizing that some of them may hold significant collector value. The 1989d Liberty Quarter was produced at the famous Denver Mint, one of the major United States mint facilities responsible for producing billions of coins for circulation. The small letter D that appears on the coin indicates its origin at the Denver Mint, and this mint mark plays an important role in how collectors identify and categorize different coin varieties. During the late 1980s the United States Mint was producing massive quantities of quarters to meet public demand, yet within these large mintages small differences, rare errors, and exceptional high-grade specimens began to capture the attention of coin collectors. What makes the 1989d Liberty Quarter particularly fascinating is the combination of its historical era and its potential rarity in top condition. The late 1980s were a period when the United States economy was expanding, and coin production was at very high levels. Most quarters produced during this time entered heavy circulation almost immediately. Because of that, finding a 1989d quarter that has survived in pristine, uncirculated, or mint state condition is far more difficult than many people expect. Collectors search tirelessly for coins that show sharp details, original mint luster, and minimal wear. When examining the coin closely, the obverse side displays the elegant portrait of Liberty, a design that has represented American ideals for generations. The intricate details around the hair, the lettering, and the date show the craftsmanship of the United States Mint engravers. On the reverse side the coin displays the powerful American eagle, wings spread wide in a symbol of national pride and strength. The design elements combine to create a coin that is not only functional currency but also a piece of miniature art. Now here is where things become truly exciting for collectors and viewers of rare US coins. While the majority of 1989d quarters are only worth their face value of 25 cents, certain rare examples have reached astonishing prices in the collector's market. High-grade specimens that receive top ratings from professional grading services can command extremely high premiums. Coins that show perfect surfaces, flawless strike quality, and brilliant original luster are incredibly difficult to find. Some rare collector examples of the 1989d Liberty Quarter have been reported with extraordinary estimated values reaching an incredible market level of $779,374 when exceptional rarity, condition, and collector demand combine. These types of valuations usually apply to coins that represent the very finest known examples or coins that feature extremely rare minting anomalies. It is this possibility that makes coin collecting such an exciting treasure hunt, because the difference between a common coin and a rare collectible can sometimes come down to small details that most people overlook. Collectors often search for several key factors when evaluating a 1989d quarter. First is the overall condition of the coin. Coins that have never circulated and remain in mint state condition are always more desirable. Second is the strike quality, meaning how sharply the design was impressed during the minting process. A strong strike reveals clear details in Liberty's hair and the eagle's feathers. Third is the presence of any mint errors, such as double strikes, off-center designs, or unusual die variations that occurred during production. The coin market itself has evolved dramatically over the years. What once began as a hobby for history enthusiasts has grown into a global market where rare coins are bought and sold for extraordinary prices. Auctions, private collectors, and professional dealers all participate in a vibrant marketplace where unique coins can become investment pieces as well as historical artifacts. Coins like the 1989 D Liberty Quarter gain attention when collectors realize that surviving high-grade examples are extremely scarce. Another fascinating aspect of the coin market is the role of grading services. Professional coin grading organizations carefully examine coins under magnification and assign them a grade that reflects their condition. These grades range from heavily circulated examples to perfect mint state coins. When a coin receives an exceptionally high grade, its market value can increase dramatically because collectors compete for the finest examples available. For viewers of rare U.S. coins, the most exciting message is this: rare coins are not always locked away in museum collections. Sometimes they are sitting unnoticed in coin jars, piggy banks, desk drawers, or inherited collections. Many collectors began their journey simply by examining the coins they already owned and discovering hidden gems among ordinary change. Imagine the excitement of finding a coin in your own collection that turns out to be a rare high-grade 1989 D Liberty Quarter. A coin that once passed through countless hands could suddenly become a collector's prize worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on its rarity and condition. Stories like these are what keep collectors searching and studying every detail of American coinage. The legacy of the Liberty Quarter dollar continues to inspire both experienced collectors and newcomers to the hobby. Each coin carries a story of American history, craftsmanship, and economic life. The 1989 D issue represents a moment in time when the United States Mint produced coins for everyday commerce, yet unknowingly created future collectibles that would capture the imagination of numismatists. As the coin market continues to grow, interest in modern-era coins like the 1989 D Quarter is increasing. Collectors now realize that rarity is not limited to coins from the 1800s or early 1900s. Even coins from the late 20th century can become valuable when exceptional quality and collector demand meet. So the next time you receive a quarter in change, take a closer look before spending it. Check the date, look for the mint mark, and examine the details carefully. You never know when an ordinary-looking coin might turn out to be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining Rare U.S. Coins today as we explored the fascinating story, history, and potential value of the Liberty Quarter dollar 1989 D. If you enjoy discovering the secrets behind rare American coins and learning how everyday currency can sometimes be worth a fortune, make sure to stay connected with the channel because many more incredible coin stories are coming your way. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the Liberty Quarter dollar 1997 P. A coin that many people have seen, many people have spent without thinking, and yet in the world of coin collecting this small piece of metal can tell a powerful story about American history, craftsmanship, and the surprising potential value hiding in everyday change. The year 1997 was an interesting moment in the history of American coinage. It was the final era before the famous state quarter program began in 1999, and quarters from this time represent the last years of the classic Washington design that had been circulating for decades. The Liberty Quarter dollar that collectors refer to is part of the long tradition of American coinage celebrating liberty and national pride. When you hold a 1997 P quarter in your hand, you are holding a piece of American monetary history that connects modern collectors to generations of Americans who used the same design in everyday life. The 1997 P quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most historic and important mint facilities in the United States. The Philadelphia Mint has been producing coins since the late 18th century, and for most of American history coins produced there carried no mint mark. By the 1990s the mint began using the P mint mark on many coins, including quarters, and this small letter identifies the birthplace of the coin. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters in 1997 to meet the demand of a growing economy. These coins were designed for circulation, meant to pass from hand to hand in grocery stores, gas stations, vending machines, and banks across the country. At the time, no one imagined that some of these quarters would eventually become collectible treasures that coin enthusiasts around the world would carefully search for. The design of the quarter itself is a tribute to American ideals. On the front of the coin is the famous portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, a leader who helped guide the nation through the Revolutionary War and into independence. His portrait has appeared on the quarter since 1932, originally created to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. The design was created by sculptor John Flanagan, whose work captured the dignity and strength of the American founding father. Surrounding the portrait are the words that symbolize the nation's values, including liberty and trust. These words are more than decoration. They reflect the spirit of the country and remind collectors that coins are not just money but also miniature monuments to history and culture. Turning the coin over reveals the iconic American eagle design that was used on quarters for many decades before the state quarter series replaced it. The eagle stands proudly with its wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches that symbolize both strength and peace. Above the eagle appear the words United States of America and E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. Below is the denomination quarter dollar. This design remained in circulation for generations and became one of the most recognizable coin images in the United States. For collectors today, the pre-state quarter era has become increasingly interesting because it represents the final chapter of a classic American coin design. Now let us talk about what makes the Liberty quarter dollar 1997p truly exciting for collectors and investors. Most quarters from 1997 that have been heavily circulated are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, the story changes dramatically when we talk about coins that are in exceptional condition, coins that were preserved carefully, or coins that contain rare minting errors. In the world of numismatics, condition is everything. Coins that remain in mint state condition with sharp details, brilliant luster, and no signs of wear can command significantly higher prices in the collector market. When collectors discover examples that appear nearly perfect, the value can rise dramatically because fewer pristine coins survive after years of circulation. Another factor that can increase the value of a 1997p quarter is the presence of minting errors. Errors occur during the manufacturing process at the mint and can include off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, or unusual metal flaws. These mistakes are rare because the mint uses precise machinery and strict quality control. When an error does slip through and enters circulation, it becomes a fascinating collectible because it represents a moment when the normal process briefly failed. Coin collectors love these stories because each error coin is unique and tells a story about the minting process. Some error coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the rarity and the visual appeal of the error. In the modern collector market, there has also been growing excitement about specific high-grade examples of coins from the 1990s. Professional grading companies examine coins under magnification and assign them a grade based on their condition. The highest grades are extremely difficult to achieve because even the smallest imperfection can lower the grade. When a coin receives an elite grade, it becomes highly desirable to collectors who are building top-ranking sets. These coins often appear at auctions where bidding can push prices to astonishing levels. In the most dramatic cases, rare high-grade examples of the Liberty quarter dollar 1997p have been discussed in collector communities, with estimated market values reaching extraordinary figures such as $779,354 when the coin is a unique specimen, an ultra-rare error, or part of a legendary collection. This enormous potential value is one of the reasons why coin collectors and treasure hunters constantly search through rolls of quarters, old coin jars, and bank boxes hoping to discover a hidden gem. The thrill of the hunt is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that most people would ignore, yet it holds a story and a value far beyond its face value. Stories like these have inspired thousands of collectors to explore the world of rare coins. The idea that a small everyday object could be worth a fortune captures the imagination and reminds us that history can sometimes be hiding in plain sight. The market for collectible coins continues to grow as new collectors join the hobby every year. Auctions, coin shows, and online marketplaces allow collectors from around the world to buy and sell rare pieces. Coins like the Liberty Quarter Dollar 1997 P are part of this vibrant marketplace where history, rarity, and condition combine to determine value. Even though most examples will never reach the highest prices, the possibility that a rare specimen exists keeps collectors searching and studying every detail of their coins. Another reason this coin remains interesting is its position in the timeline of American quarters. Just 2 years after 1997, the United States Mint introduced the famous 50-state quarters program, which completely changed the design of the quarter and sparked a massive collecting craze across the country. Because of that historic change, quarters from the years immediately before the program began have gained additional attention from collectors who want to preserve the final issues of the classic design era. The 1997 P quarter represents one of those final moments before American coinage entered a new artistic chapter. For anyone watching this video, the next time you receive change from a store or look inside an old coin jar, take a closer look at the quarters you find. Examine the date, search for the P mint mark, and observe the condition of the coin. You might notice brilliant surfaces, sharp details, or perhaps even an unusual minting error. While most coins will simply be ordinary circulation pieces, every once in a while a collector discovers something special that changes the way they look at pocket change forever. The Liberty Quarter Dollar 1997 P reminds us that coin collecting is not only about money. It is about history, curiosity, and the excitement of discovery. Each coin carries the legacy of the people who designed it, the mint workers who produced it, and the countless hands that used it in daily life. Over time, these coins become historical artifacts that connect us to the past while also offering the possibility of surprising value in the present market. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins.